What's up guys, Jesse here with Red Room Cinema. This is an updated review on the Canon C80. Updated why? You see, I have another YouTube video where I filmed with this camera for 4 days. But 4 days is not enough to really bring out everything and get to know the ins and the outs of this camera. I even went to Africa with this camera. So we're gonna be talking about what I love, what I hate, everything. So if you're undecided on this camera, hopefully this video will help you out. And if you wanna see the other review, I'll put the link in the description. I have a list of all the things that I love about this camera. The first one, it's a 6K camera. So, you know, you can shoot 6K raw. It is a full frame camera, so good in low light, and the triple base ISO. This camera's low light performance is insane, okay? I've never had a Sony, but low light will not be an issue with this camera. I mean, right now we don't have any light source and we're at 12,800 ISO. We're in log 2 and this looks really good. So this is a perfect camera in all scenarios, daytime and nighttime. So actually right now I just got a call from my manager. I actually got a drone show for you guys back there and they started already just because we got a little behind schedule. So we're actually gonna try and go get that drone show for you guys now. Let's go. As we're on our way to the drone show, something about this camera is just its size, its compactability to just be run and gun, ready to go at any time. I feel like that is something that helps me out a lot because I like to be run and gun. I also like to rig up a camera, but the majority of the time I just like to pick up the camera and have it be ready to go, ready to film. I don't have to put ND filters on this camera because the ND filters are internal. So that's just one less thing to worry about, to think about, especially when you're a one army show. You got a drone, you got a gimbal, you got all this other stuff, and ND filters is just, you don't got to worry about that. I was really disappointed because now the drone show, I don't see it, and I've always wanted to see a drone show, and I don't see any drones now. And that's the first time I see those simulated drones making a show, and I think it's super cool. So I started with a drone, so that means a lot, you know, but I think it's over. This is the best spot that I could find here in LA to do this YouTube review, and I got the Senheiser mic, so there shouldn't be a problem at all. And you ain't gotta be amazing. Alright guys, so this was a super fun, spontaneous side quest. We came for the drones, the drone show ended, we got free parking, and then we ended up just filming a little highlight video for this concert that was going on. Low light, if you guys saw, the C80 is just amazing in low light. The triple base ISO, I had it at 12,800, but now let's get back to the Canon C80 review. I just love this camera. Alright, so another thing about the Canon C80 is about the overheating. It does not overheat. I've never had an issue with it overheating. There is a setting in the camera where you can set it to high, where the fan is just working. I'm sure that'll drain your battery more. I always just have it, the fan is always on, but it's not on high. It only overheated once, but that is because I turned it on and I put it in my backpack and I kept it there for like an hour, and when I took the camera out it was super hot because there's just no ventilation, so that's the first time that I felt the Canon C80 be hot, but it's never overheated on a shoot. It overheated because it was enclosed in a spot, and it was on. I really like the false color. It helps me dial in the, you know, exposure at a level area basis, and I also use the histogram, but that one's more like a general exposure. But I use both of those to really help me nail the shot, and a lot of cameras don't have that, and that is specifically for video. I also love the built-in ND filters. Again, it's just one less thing you gotta not worry about. It also has a mode where you extend the ND filters, so you get an additional stops of ND filters, which is just insane to have. But I think it's like 10 stops of NDs, and you just press a button and then they're there. I love the customizable buttons. I haven't customized all of them yet, but they do have a lot of buttons to be able to customize to whatever you want in the menu section. The size of the camera, it's a bit bulky. It feels good. It's not like overkill big, but I feel like it's just right. The battery life stays true to the battery indicator that is in the camera. So whatever the amount says there, as long as the camera's on, it will continue to drain even if you're not filming. But the battery life, it's about a good 2.5 hours, which is pretty good. The autofocus, it has to detect people, and it also detects the eye detection, which I think is insane. When I was filming in Africa, it actually has an animal mode too. And when I was filming the cheetahs, and just any animal in general, I could see it actually tracking the eye of the animal, which I was pretty blown away. Coming from the GH5, always manually focusing all the shots, autofocus is like a huge weight off my shoulders. So the Canon C80 excels in autofocus. Another thing that I really like about the Canon C80 is its readiness to shoot. Whatever settings you left it on prior to turning it off are the same ones when you turn it back on. So like right now, just turn it back on and get another quick shot. So we're in Little Tokyo right now, and I had to get the Bolex out because it was getting a little jealous. Another great thing about the Canon C80 is the handle and the grip. So the grip, it already comes in when you open it out of the box. It's comfy in the hand. You're able to hold it with one hand. The camera is a bit heavy, but the grip, I love it. Also the top handle on the Canon C80, I love the way they designed it because it has its own mount to the camera, and you still have your native shoe mount on the Canon C80, while it gives you an additional shoe mount on top of the handle. So it just creates an opportunity for 2 external shoe mounts, and it comes with a shotgun mic, a separate shotgun mic adapter. So that's what I have the Senheiser in, and it's very well designed. Also the screen on the Canon C80, it's very bright and it is very color accurate. So one thing that I noticed was on my first Canon C80 review, I turned up the luminance on the camera so I can film in daytime. However, I underexposed in different shots. So right now my luminance is at +1, and I use again the false color and the, what is that called again? The histogram to properly expose the shots. The autofocus, even in 4K 120, is a huge plus on the Canon C80. So as of now, that's 20 things that I love about the Canon C80. And now we're gonna talk about the stuff I don't like. So as I'm carrying the Bolex H16 because it was jealous, I'm reminded on one thing I don't like about the Canon C80 is how heavy it is. If you hold it for about a minute, you're gonna start feeling it in your forearms, in your biceps, and you gotta take a break. Was the break enough? You good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's do another one. Actually, before we go into the things I don't like, some stuff that I haven't used yet is the 4 channels of audio that can be recorded on the Canon C80. I've only used the mic terminal. It comes with the internal audio, which I've recorded on that. The 2 mini XLR ports, I have not used them yet. And also the Ethernet port, the USB Type-C, and the SDI port are things that I have not used on the Canon C80 yet. You know, sometimes it's good to really think about the shots that you're doing with like this low profile shot. It's not because the camera's heavy and we're just shooting from it at the lowest angle possible. There's 4 things that I really don't like about this camera. The first one, the SD cards. It takes normal SD cards, not CF Express, The SD cards are very expensive. The V90s, I have 2 Pro grades, 256 gigs each, and it cost me about $420 just for those 2 memory cards, which is insane. The transfer speed is not that great. When I was transferring stuff in Africa, it took a long time. It took like 20 minutes to transfer footage. The side button slots, all of the little compartments that you open up, like the HDMI, the mic terminal, if you are very rough and if you just use the camera normal, they will fall off. And I already lost one, and that's something that I don't like, especially at the price point for the Canon C80. To be able to have those kind of be a little flimsy doesn't make sense to me. Overall, guys, the Canon C80, I love this camera. Everything about it that I've mentioned are key things that I noticed, first-hand user experience that really make a difference for me when I film. I really like run and gun, and I love power too. So this camera has all of that. If you haven't seen my Africa Reel of Dreams, go ahead and check that out. I took it to Africa. The ability to just pick up this camera, throw a lens on, and it's ready to shoot in 6K. It's ready to shoot in whatever format you want it to film. It's just insane. Also the low light ability. Like right now, there's no light in this bridge other than the moonlight, and it's still being able to capture me really good. So if you're on the fence about this camera, hopefully this video helps you out. Check out all my other footage of the Canon C80, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, one thing that I did not talk about is the digital IS, the digital stabilization. I do not like that. When I was filming the animals and I turned it on high, it just looks so unusable if you turn it on high stabilization. Standard is okay. I just have it on standard all the time just so I can have some sort of stability. Yes, you can always use the lenses. However, it's always better to have inbuilt stabilization. Now, that being said, with the new release of the Canon C80, great camera, double base ISO. So if you pay attention to these cameras and the way they release them, they always withhold something from you. And that camera also does not have inbuilt stabilization, and neither does the C80. So what does that tell you? That tells me that the C90, 4 years from now, will have inbuilt stabilization, because in order to sell the camera to you, they have to give you something that the other one does not. So they deprived us from inbuilt stabilization, these 2 cameras. However, but the C90 should have it. I believe it will have it, because that's the only way that I would upgrade from the C80. So thanks for watching. I had to do this as I was editing the project because I completely forgot about the stabilization, which is a huge thing. So I had to get that in there. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment what you think. Check out my other videos, and then I'll see you soon.